trust in a man, no matter how godly that man is, it takes your heart away from the Lord. And this is what will always happen. You will go through deserts. You will go through dryness. You will be traveling through wilderness. You won't see when good comes. You will be continuously complaining. Now, I had 2 experiences and I want to share quickly. One, when I started learning to live by faith. I had gone to take a meeting, I think it's a student meeting in Makurdi. All the money I had from Kasnala was going to take me to Makurdi and to bring me, no, it won't take me back. I was going to have 2 naira. You know. So when I got to Makurdi, I finished preaching. Everything was nice. The students were happy and all of that. I know students, when you finish preaching to them, they're asking, did you bring bread or something? You know, that's part of it. But this time, these children even tried. They went and brought me 12 naira. And I said, no, I can't take it. And I refused. They begged and begged and begged. I said, no. They said, uncle, please, so that we can be sure that you are going to bless us. I said, no. When they begged me, I took 2 naira. 2 naira cannot take me to Kasnala. But you know, that was not because I'm believing God. You know what I did? In my heart, I knew I have friends in town. Bill Anaka was my schoolmate, and he's my friend, Engineer Bill Anaka. And anytime in Makurdi, I'm in his house, I will eat and all of that. So I told her, don't worry, take your money. No. Because my heart is on Bill Anaka. So I was hoping that once I leave Wurukun, where I've preached to the children, I'm going to his house. I just stretch my leg. I say, Miriam, get me food there. Unfortunately, that day, when I got to the place, it was completely locked. They were not in. He traveled with his wife. Their house girl stood at the gate like this. He said, sir, when they traveled, they said, I should not allow anybody to come in. And that they didn't tell me you are coming. So I cannot let you come in. I said, what? This is my house. Look, that room is my room. He said, well, they didn't tell me that you are coming. That's how I left. I have not eaten. I said, okay, no problem. Dr. Ajonye is on that side. So I went to Dr. Ajonye. He was not in. I said, brother Ejimofo is somewhere here. I went to, I was just going from house to house, house to house, house to house. Everywhere I went, nobody was home. But Ejimofo's house was open, so I slept. He was not in. The young people there, no food for me to eat, so I fasted that day. So when I woke up very early in the morning, I needed to preach. I have a message to preach in Kasnala that morning. I went on Saturday, so Sunday I was to come back. Unfortunately, I had no means of getting to Kasnala. The 2 naira that the children begged me to take got me to Bristol roundabout. There's a house there that was like a corpers lodge that time. All the corpers, they were my young people. I just branching. I said, drop me here. With my hope that the corpers will be there I'll say, you make me tea and I'm going to Katsina, give me some 1.50 kobo there so I can go. I got there, nobody was there. Nobody. So I trekked from Bristol roundabout to Mbanoja, hoping that when I get to Mbanoja, I am going to get a vehicle that will take me to Katsina. Maybe I got a lift. I was now praying. I said, Father, oh God, let a car just pick me down. You know, I have to preach, Lord. I need to preach there. I need to preach there. He didn't answer. I waited in Mbanoja for the next 3 hours. Sometimes, some of these private vehicles will stop and they want to carry me. And they may take me down towards Content and they want to buy fuel. He said, Oga, can I have the money? I said, no, I told you I'm going to have it. He said, what? You want me to urinate into my tank? Get down, get down. Then I'll get down from that and I'll trek back to Mbanoja to go and wait again. I did that 3 times. When I stood there and I knew that now I could not go to Katsina to preach, I said, God, I'm now stranded. He said, okay, go into that church. So I went into that church. I think it is Riches of Christ or something at that time. So I went into the place and I sat at the back. The man of God was preaching and he was preaching. Then he said, and the widow woman gave her all. He was preaching on giving. And I knew the man was asking for the 20 kobo. So I went and dropped it. Now I don't know how to go now. So when the church finished, everybody was rushing to go. I don't know where to go. I sat. So I walked. I said, he said, go and beg the pastor to please help you with 1.50 kobo to get to Katsina. Don't tell him you're a lecturer. Don't tell him this. Just beg him. So I stood there. I begged the man. The man looked at me like this, looked at me like this. He didn't say yes, he didn't say no. He said, go and sit there, go and sit there, go and sit there. So I went and sat down. They counted money, they did everything, and they closed. And they were going. I said, God, they have forgotten me here. Lord, please, please. So when they were about to close the door, the usher is saying, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Whom are you waiting for? I said, the pastor. I said, the pastor has left now. So I said this. He said, no, let's ask the pastor. So the pastor said, we're giving the 150. So that's how I came back to the road. And now got a bus that took me home. Don't forget, I have not eaten since Friday. No food, nothing in my house. I was saying, God, why did it happen to me like that? He said, because you put your trust in men. You are not looking to me. So you see, if we start a ministry and all you did was to count the heads of supporters or the pledges, we are going to run into problem. No matter how you try. Our limit will be their limits. What you can do will only be what they can allow you to do, not what God can do. So this is the first thing we need to break as we really pray. So I was there. I drank water, no food. So by Sunday evening, a brother came that we used to pray with. You know, I've not yet learned my lesson. As soon as he came, I said, you know, I've not eaten for 3 days. So I think call your wife to make food so that we can go and eat before. He didn't respond. He just started talking about the prayer request that he came with and how he just felt so that we should pray. So God asked me, did I tell you to tell him? So unfortunately, we prayed. He left for his house. He did not invite me to go and eat. I was going to sleep that night again with no food in my stomach. Then some set of visitors were coming from Ogoja area and they needed to sleep in my house. And they branched and they came, 4 of them or 3 of them. And they went straight into my cupboard. They said, Abrabili, we are going to eat. Oh. It looks as if your cupboard is empty and your fridge is empty. Go to the kitchen now, we need to eat. Hey. So that day I went to my kitchen. I think I had, when you peel yam, you normally keep the head, the one we used to. So I had to gather
the hard part.
All those ones. And then I had to now peel them back and start cooking to make porridge. This kind of porridge that doesn't need more than pepper. And I had to dry, I had to warm my oil bottle to drop some oil to make it.
To add color.
So when they finish, the brother said, but we are going to take breakfast. I was just looking at him. So, but something happened. He went out. He went to buy the ingredient they will use for breakfast. So when they were going the morning, he brought 10 naira. He said, the Lord said, I should give you this 10 naira. I was still wondering whether this is the one or what. The Lord said, you remember I wanted to give you 12 naira. And you took 2 naira. This is the rest of it. So, now, why did I tell that story? There are 3 lessons I learned out of it. Number 1, I found that God can use anybody to meet your need. Whether they are from the street, on the market, or they are big men. We normally, when we are looking for support, we already target big men. That's where our eyes go. And it offends God. It doesn't allow God to minister to us. So that day I realized that, okay, even if God wants to use a small child to meet my need, I must be humble enough to collect it with gratitude if it's from the Lord. I learned that. So from that moment forward, it doesn't matter who the person is. And we can receive gift from anybody, even if it is 50 kobo. Once it is the Lord sending that person, we have no problem. The second lesson I learned was that everywhere I turn my eyes and it's not to the Lord, they will block whatever God wants to give me. God said he waited until all my hope and all the people I had confidence in, until they finished disappointing me before he can show forth. And from that day, I said, so Lord, is that how you want me to live? He said, yes. I want you to trust me every day, every day, every day. Now, the